And we're back. Howdy y'all, this is Ethan Unreal playing the demo version of Coming Out on Top, and last time we were here, we agreed to meet Penny's cousin, Philbert, learned some interesting things about our best friend and roommate Ian from his ex-girlfriend, and had a hard night of studying that was interrupted by a rude neighbor. Finally, right before we cut the video, we went upstairs to give that neighbor a piece of our mind, but instead, we were greeted by him and his nipples. This time around, we're going to face multiple awkward situations, some moral dilemmas, and possibly give in to general sinfulness. So let's see how things go. Alright, so what's about to happen here is actually something really interesting, in that, depending on the decisions you make here, you're going to have three very different outcomes. I'm going to only show you one of them, but until then, let's go ahead and get into it. So we just said hi. Thanks for coming, I'm Jed. Hello? Question mark. Christ, you're early. Party doesn't even start for another 2 hours. Let me guess. You got so excited you didn't even bother to read the email, right? Don't stare at it. Don't stare at it. Yellow? My eyes are up here, mate. What? You are Cumslut97, right? Come what? You messaged me about wanting to be the MVP of our bukkake party. Though, you're a lot taller than you said you'd be. But that doesn't really matter. You're not gonna be standing much during or after. Alrighty, so you got two options here. You can either lie and say you're that dude, or alternatively, you can tell him why you're really here. With both options, you can actually still potentially have a kind of lewd relation with him, but before I get ahead of myself, whoa, look, I live downstairs, dude, I'm just here to tell you to keep the noise down. Alright. Oh, so you're not Cumslut97? Bummer. Well, I hope he shows up. Otherwise, it's just gonna be another circle jerk. It's like the difference between a birthday party and a quinceañera. Oh shit, where the fuck are my manners? A neighbor drops by and I don't even extend an invitation. We've definitely got room for one more. Alright, so you got four options here. I'm gonna let you know I'm gonna go ahead and pick the first option so I can stay pure. But, you can either kind of timidly ask him, or you can be a bit more assertive. Or you can just be like, I'm calling the cops. I'm gonna go again with the more chaste answer, but the other two end up with interesting results. I recommend you play the demo yourself and check them out. Don't forget, this isn't like an exhaustive walkthrough. I want y'all to experience the demo yourselves so you can have a wonderful time. But in the meantime, I'm not joining your circle of perverts. Look, just keep the noise down. You sure? I don't say this to just anyone, Sparky, but you look like you could use an old-fashioned bukkake party. Well, my skin has been kind of dry lately. Anyway, I mean, when's the last time you've had any fun? Seriously, how many days? Weeks? Months? Years? It's none of your damn business, you creep. Hey, ease up, man. I'm just being neighborly. You need some stress release? Drop on by. I'm free Monday nights. I'm usually up all night, and in more way than one. If you think for a second I'm gonna waltz up in here and have sex with a complete stranger, you must be out of your mind. Jed leans in so his face is inches from yours. Oh god, you're right. I am out of my mind. He mimes popping his collar. And I guess he's just gonna... yeah, he left. You stare at his door for a minute, recollecting your senses before heading downstairs. Wow, that was a really interesting encounter. Anyway, it's quiet for the rest of the night. I guess he found someone to do whatever he was doing with. What a weirdo. Yeah, he was really strange, but I like him. He's one of my more favorite people. But anyway, Tuesday, you take your exam, ... You think you got at least a B. That is a fun feeling. Alright, if you don't remember what happened last part, we agreed to help Penny out by going with her to pick up her cousin Philbert. And this is what's about to happen, actually. So you grab your phone. Penny? It's 7:15 a.m. Where the hell are you? BBB, did I ever tell you what a caring, special friend you are? And how awesome it is to have someone like you in my life? Alright, she's about to ask me to do some shit, god damn it. Okay, send me a greeting card about it. I'm going back to bed. Ah ha 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 XD. 111 exclamation point. LOL meow. You're so funny, XD. You have such a great sense of humor. Oh boy, you need a favor, don't you? And you're so discerning, too. Look, is this about lunch with your cousin? Yeah, I'm supposed to pick him up from the airport today, but... Oh, you want me to pick him up for you, don't you? Look, I'm sorry, BBB. I don't want to wake you up, but I'm at the computer lab right now, and I know you don't have any classes today, except the one in the late afternoon. See, this is why I hate people giving people my schedule, because they always want me to do shit for them. But anyway, that's another rant. Anyway, my professor hated my presentation yesterday. She hates the prototype. She hates tanning booth. She hates me. I guess this is why Jobs always felt lonely at the top. True genius always goes unrecognized. She's just jealous of your brilliance, I'm sure. Ugh. Well, that's why I needed to beat everyone here to the lab before it gets crowded. I'm trying to salvage up an old project so I have something else to show her Monday. Oh god, not Campus Mapper. Alright, so basically she's convincing us to pick up Filbert because she has a project to do and she wants us to get together. Anyway, apparently Filbert is super sweet and nice. Nerdy too, and socially inept. You guys will have lots in common. Penny, I swear, this feels like a ruse. Oh sure, just throw any two gay guys together and they'll be dating in no time. So what this actually is kind of a prelude, or a foreshadowing, to something that's going to be in the full version of the game, I believe, called Bro Finder, which is going to be kind of a fusion of that idea of, like, being able to find people or places on campus and getting gay guys together. But in any case, before I get ahead of myself, so you got two options here. You can either try to get Ian to do it for you, or you can agree to do it. And if you go with the Ian option, I personally think it's really funny, so I'm actually going to show you both paths. So I'm going to go and click this. You know who loves getting up in the crack of dawn? Ian. Alright, forget I asked. I just hope Ian doesn't get the departure and arrival gates mixed up. You know how his brain works. But I'm the one arriving. That's why I was waiting for you at the arrival gate. Oh my god, Ian, what is wrong with you? Anyway, that actually is really funny to me. But I'm gonna go ahead and agree to do what she said. So, we're gonna say fine to this. Aw, you're the best. You're like my Wozniak, Big Bad Bonreal. I like how you think that's reassuring. You switch off your phone, grumbling. You're not going to have much time to get ready before you go to the airport. You pull on some clothes. Oh god. Okay, so this next part's pretty funny in my opinion, although I can see how it rubs people the wrong way. You find yourself pacing at the airport. You call Penny. Penny, I'm at Gate G, and I've been waiting here for almost 45 minutes. Where the heck is your cousin? He said he's there waiting for you. The guy in the red shirt. There's nobody here in a red shirt. You see a hot stud across the room, the one you were eyeing earlier. Oh my. For the past 10 minutes, you've been unable to ignore his ripped body and that amazing ass filling out his jeans the way they were meant to be filled. Unexpectedly, your eyes meet. He starts to approach. Yellow? You wave at him and smile, then whisper into the phone. You never told me he was black! If you checked my social media networks, you'd know my family was a giant melting pot. Alright, so basically what's going on is we're talking more about Penny's family tree. Which I kind of hope is like something in the full version of the game, like you run into some more of her relatives and they're wacky and charming. But in any case, let's get back to the text. I get a bit distracted here. Alright, let's see. So she's basically scolding him for being a douchebag, and he's about to say he's not racist, and then, oh hey, he's staring right at us. ... Oh hey, you must be Philbert. I'm gonna wrap up here. Big Bad Bonreal, bring Filbert back over to the restaurant. Oh, I'm so excited you guys are finally meeting. You have so much in common. Penny hangs up. I'm Big Bad Bonreal. Sorry for the wait. Let's go get your bags. Man, he sure is quiet. So let me break this down for you. There are two ways people can be socially awkward. It can be like the afraid to ask people permission to breathe kind of awkward, or the kind of awkward where you're really, really abrupt, you're really blunt, and you're really, like, straightforward with what you say at all times. I personally fall in the latter category, and so does Filbert. So you're gonna see that in action here. And apparently Ian blew out our speakers. But anyway, so where do you go to school? I'm military. I don't go to school. Military? That's cool. You can use your GI Bill to fund your education then, right? You think I'm poor, you jackass? My father's a state senator. He served in Nam. I'm doing this because I want to serve. I didn't mean, anyway, thanks for your service. Don't thank me, I didn't even do anything yet. I just got out of boot camp. Flew back to see my mom. Gonna start infantry training in a few days. Boot camp, right on. I bet you learn a lot of interesting stuff there, right? Like, what's the most interesting thing you've learned so far? ... I imagine he slowly turns to face you as he says this. How to kill a man with my bare hands. ... intensifies. So, it's nice to see family, right? $20 for what amounts to a bowl of rice. Christ almighty. That sounds a lot like me when I'm at this restaurant my friends work at, Lamau. But anyway, you linger in the waiting area of a trendy restaurant where you, Penny, and Ian have celebrated numerous birthdays. Phil mutters at a menu posted in the glass case. Oh, that Penny, running late. Let me give her a call. You punch the button on your phone. We're here, waiting... Already? You know, I was kind of thinking that Filbert and you would be so wrapped up in conversation, you'd lose track of time and forget all about me. No, I actually know exactly how long we've been standing here. He grumbles about sloppy, indulgent civilians, at least once every 5 minutes. Overpriced portions for people who lead such boring, meaningless lives that going out to a restaurant actually excites them. Lamau, I actually, after playing through this game a few times, I actually realized I really love Filbert's character. Anyway, I'm still at the lab. Gross. Did you hear that? This keyboard has some serious issues. The G key makes a really squishy sound each time I press down on it. I'm gonna need several showers after this. I don't know how much longer I can survive without my own computer. You better be walking through that door in the next 10 minutes, Penny. Okay, I'm leaving. Grab a table. Did you see that guy? In sweats? You know what he could use? A run through the crucible. Oh my. Remember my cousin Shy, okay? You can do it, BBB. Talk to him. Connect. And remember, he's been at boot camp for the last 13 weeks. He's probably forgotten. Oh, excuse me, I had to take a breath. In fact, he's probably feeling more self-conscious and awkward than you are. So, that's actually a pretty major hint as far as how you need to interact with him. So, even though it's easy to be intimidated by him, you should really try to bond with him over the things that you kind of know he cares about. In particular, Penny. You glance at Phil. Decadence at this degree is a sign of civilization in decline. Look at what happened to Athens. I somehow doubt it. Hurry the hell up. Alright. The waiter sets bread down on the table and takes your drink orders. Iced tea for me, please. Oh hey, I remember you, the 3 packets of Splenda guy, right? And you, sir? Water. The waiter strolls away whistling. What the hell? It's kind of strange. Anyway, Phil picks up his cloth napkin, unfolds it, and places it onto his lap with deadly precision. Maybe he does feel out of place. Perhaps I should make an effort to converse here. Alright, so you got several options here. You can either avoid him and just eat your bread vigorously, or you can talk to him about Penny, which is the option I'm going to go with. You can also talk to him about the Marines, but if you don't know what you're talking about and you, like, confuse it with another branch of the military, he will get kind of cranky with you. So I recommend just going with what you know and talking to him about Penny. You and Penny are pretty close, right? Phil relaxes a little bit. She's my favorite cousin. Yeah, she says that a lot about you, too. We played a lot together when we were little. We'd pretend we were scientists and mix up all sorts of things in my parents' garage. We nearly killed ourselves when he used water to put out a sodium fire. The garage burnt to the ground. I like that that's like the one moment he smiles at, remembering that garage fire. That's really funny to me. Anyway, you hear a shriek behind you. OMG! 111 exclamation point. Ah, hi, Penny. Phil gets up. The cousins hug. It's so good to see you, Filbert. Phil. I don't use the name Filbert anymore. Aw, I like Filbert, but fine, whatever. Things change. Speaking of which, look how cut you are. Penny oohs and ahs over Phil's biceps. I'm not done training yet. I'm off to infantry school in a few days. I love how the base is close by. I'm hoping we can hang out more often now. We'll see. I'm going to be busy enough as it is helping my dad with fundraisers, on top of trying to pass the qualifications for recon. I heard that program is brutal. I saw something on cable showing how most of the guys fail because of the insane swimming challenges. Okay, so this is going to segue into kind of a awkward discussion. If you don't remember, Penny referenced us being in the water polo team in high school with a reference to pornographic fanfiction. And what she's going to use to get Filbert and us to bond, hopefully, is actually the fact that he needs to get better at swimming. And again, I was a pretty well-accomplished water poloist. I made splash. There we go. I made good splash. So she's going to try to get us to bond over that. And I feel like that's kind of going to be our segue in the full game into interacting with him. And I kind of missed over it, but our nickname in high school was the Spanish Armada, which is that's actually a really nerdy-ass name, but good for him. I'm glad he can swim like a boat, hopefully. Or I guess we, because we're the player character. But anyway, so we're gonna semi-agree to actually help him out with his swimming practice in the future. ... So if you need a swim buddy, Phil, Spanish Armada, eh? You nearly choke. I'll keep that in mind. You sweat out the rest of the brunch, pushing your baked, whatever the fuck that food is, back and forth with a fork. You can't tell if your stomach's in knots because of Phil or the food. I actually am kind of excited about Phil's plotline. I'm very curious how he opens up, so to speak, wink wink, in the full game. But in the meantime, we got more to do. So later that night... Hurry up, toast. I swear I'm so hungry that I could eat a village of waist-high people made entirely of spam. Oh, hey, I got a text message. You received an email from Lisa Mercado, the woman who runs the tutoring programming the Student Learning Center. You've established a nice rapport with Lisa, yeah, you look over the job description, so it looks like we got sent a job, but we're running out of time here, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the video and speed through this text, and we'll rewind it next episode. once I figure out what I want to do with that. I gotta make some major decisions coming up here soon. But anyway, I'll catch y'all later. Thanks for watching and have a good day.